Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? Yo, what's good, guys? Just started work. Just trying to get out here and make some little bit of extra money for the day. I don't know if I'm gonna necessarily spend it on video games tonight. I think I've kind of done enough spending on the game. I think in the last 2 days I've spent $200 that I don't have on the game and that I kind of need right now. So I'm just trying to get out here, make some cash. Hopefully I could hit like $100 and maybe then I would have enough money for like the game and other things. But I need to hit a Hondo, and I don't know if it's looking too busy right now out here. Feels like it's kind of dead. Feels like it's starting off pretty slowly, and I'm just kind of hoping for the best and hoping that it picks up and that it gets busy. It says it's like a 3 to 9 minute wait. I don't know why there's such a long wait in between orders. Normally it's pretty busy on the weekends, so there shouldn't be such a long wait time. But there is. And I'm hoping that it just picks up and that it gets busier. I don't know if there's such a long wait time because my rating has fallen a little bit. I had a few bad orders over the weekends and it kind of brought my score down. And I feel like when your score goes down on like DoorDash, they kind of nerf your account and you end up not getting as many orders as you should be or as you usually do. So I am trying to get my rating back up ASAP because I need to make money, especially if I want to continue ripping packs. So hopefully it picks up, hopefully it gets a little bit busier, and I'm just hoping for the best. It looks really slow out here, but like I said, Sundays I'm usually kind of busy, so it should be busy. So I'm hoping it gets busy, and I'm hoping I'm able to make some good, quick, easy money and get back home. For once, I really want to get back to the game. I want to actually go home and play the game, catch up on NBA highlights. I haven't done that in the whole weekend. I've just been busy working. So should Dad like it if I can just get home, catch up on some NBA highlights, and play a lot of my team? I just got a bunch of good cards. Not a bunch, but I got kind of like a Laker lineup going on. I got like a Laker theme to my lineup. I got Kareem at the 5. I got Shaq at the 4. I got Worthy at the 3. Now I got Michael Jordan at the 2 because there's no Kobe Bryant again this year. And then I plan on picking up Magic Johnson. I also want to pick up the GOAT Larry Bird eventually. But the GOAT King James. But GOAT King James was like 3.8 million MT on Thursday. And then over the weekend he's up to 5 mil. So to go back down to 3.8. I'm hoping that was Thursday when people usually panic sell, but sometimes people are also selling on Sunday and Monday night because super packs are coming. So let's see if I can pick them up maybe tonight. But that's what I'm hoping for, is that I could eventually have Magic Johnson at the 1, Michael at the 2, LeBron at the 3, Kareem at the 4, and Shaq at the 5. Shaq at the 5 and Kareem at the 4. Kareem at the 4, Shaq at the 5, something like that. Or Shaq at the 4 and Kareem at the 5. But I'm just picking up some people right now and just trying to get my day going. Oh, what up, Capital? What up, Gabriel? What up, Al? I'm just over here at work. I just started my day up just a while ago, and I'm just trying to get it going. I'm hoping that it picks up. It's real dead right now. It's 6:30, so this should be the dinner hour, and I should be making some money right about now. But like I said, I just started maybe 8 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago. I'm waiting for my first ping of the day so I can start picking up orders and start making money. And I'm just hoping for a better start to this week. I had a really bad weekend. There were some difficult orders. Some of the orders, you know, were late. Some of the orders affected my rating to go down, and I feel like because of that, my account's been a little bit nerfed, and I'm not getting the orders as quickly as I should be. So I feel like I should be getting the orders a lot quicker, or at least getting one by now, and I haven't gotten anything, and it is the dinner hour. So I'm waiting for it to pick up. I'm waiting for it to get a little busy, and I'm hoping I just get really busy, so this way I can make some loot and you know, get back on track with things. What up, Al Aber? I'm just gonna call you Al. But over the weekend I spent way too much on the video game this weekend. I spent $200 in 2 days, and that's just like $200 that extra that I really didn't have to spare on the game. But I'm so addicted and hooked on the game, and the game is partially a gambling game. I guess I want to say I'm hooked on gambling nowadays. But I couldn't resist the temptation. I couldn't resist myself from wanting to rip those 100 packs, and I needed that GOAT Michael Jordan as soon as possible, like ASAP. I mean, I should have just grinded it out to level 40. That would maybe take a week. But I didn't want to go a week with the same lineup that I've been playing with. I'm so tired of playing with that lineup. I'm so bored of my old lineup. And I wanted a new lineup. I wanted to see some new faces. I was in a super rush to get Michael Jordan. That did cost $80. And then those 100 packs dropped where you could farm a bunch of MT overnight. I couldn't resist that. I couldn't resist the temptation to make MT. And I didn't want to take the chance that, hey, people are going to be ripping these packs so much that eventually, if I don't rip these packs sooner than later, I'll lose the opportunity to actually make MT off of the 100 packs. So I ripped another like $120 worth of super pack, 100 packs. And I ended up spending like $200 this weekend on the game, which is ridiculous and unacceptable to spend $200 on any video game. That's just bad, and it's unacceptable. And I did, and now I'm in a kind of a spot where I'm hurting a little bit because it's not as busy. I always mention that there's 95,000 students in this area from UCF, and it keeps this area real busy with DoorDash and like Uber Eats and Uber. But the problem is during the summer, those kids take off back home, and this area goes dead for a little bit. It's not as busy, and I feel like I've gotten into that non-busy time of the year with these apps because there's not as many UCF students nearby. Like I said, for the summer they all usually go back home to where they from the state they're originally from, and this area goes from being like a cash cow to like dry as a bone. So I'm just hoping that I'll be able to find something and at least make like, I would really like it if I could make $40 to $60 today. That would be perfect if I can make 40 to 60 bucks. But I don't know because it's really, really dead out here. And I haven't gotten a ping yet, and I've been out here for 12 minutes. Usually I get a ping in like the first 10 minutes, something like that, like real early, real quickly. But I'm gonna try to see if I can find like someplace that's a little bit busy and hopefully get an order quick. I don't care at this point if it's even like a $3 order. I'm taking it because I just need to start making money and get the algorithms going and improve my rating. I don't know if like I'm not getting orders because maybe my rating fell down a little bit this weekend. I've been trying to keep up with the chat. Yo, what up, Chuck? You know, I don't know if LeBron needs to go to the Washington Wizards, but he definitely needs to get off the Lakers. The Lakers cannot start off another season with King James on the roster. They cannot afford to pay him $50 million a year when they can use that money to build out the team around Luka and AR-15. he's definitely worth holding on to and definitely also building the team around. They need to send LeBron maybe to the New York Knicks, and because I think if he teams up with Karl Anthony Towns and he teams up with Brunson, he could easily make it out of the East every single year. But if let's say for some reason he can't make it to New York doesn't want to trade for him, or they don't have the pieces for him, or they don't have like enough draft picks, most likely, I would say that King James needs to go back to the Cavaliers, you know, and go back home, go back to the team that drafted you. I know they don't have any good players. I mean, they actually have a bunch of good young players, my bad. But as far as veteran goes, they do have Donovan Mitchell, and they do have James Harden. I know James Harden doesn't excite anybody at this stage of the game. He doesn't move the needle for anyone, and he's not really a factor when talking about trying to win a championship ring or trying to be a contender for a championship ring. So maybe King James needs to go to the New York Knicks, but if I was him, I would go and retire with my home team, the team that drafted me, and have like a good farewell tour, and that's it, and just end it with the Cavaliers. But that's it. But guys, we're heading towards UCF, the college, and I'm hoping that maybe we'll get a little bit busier in this area, because there should be some sort of stuff. I don't think the school year is necessarily over. That I'll get some trips. It's getting kind of worried here now. I hate when I don't get trips really quickly, and I hate when I'm not making money. So hopefully things pick up. But yeah, if things don't pick up, I don't know what I'm gonna do. If things don't pick up, I may just go home and call it a night and figure out what I'm gonna do tomorrow morning. Because I can't have many nights like this, and you know, I don't know if my account has been nerfed a little bit just because, you know, 2 bad reports this weekend. I had 2 bad. It actually wasn't 2 bad reports. It was 1 order that I had taken, but it was 2 orders in one. And the guy claimed that I'd never dropped off his order. When what happened was I dropped off the first part of his order, and I didn't know about the second part of his order. So instead of claiming that just one part of his order was missing, he claimed that both parts of his orders were missing. I got 2 major strikes on my account, and I went from being I think I was gold or silver to like a bronze, you know, and I got to get my rating up to hopefully start getting more orders. But if it doesn't happen any soon, I'm going to get pretty worried. So I'm just hoping for the best out here. I'm hoping like maybe as the night goes along, you know, it gets busier and things improve. But it is the dinner hour, so I should be getting something. The only other thing I can think about is that maybe there's more drivers out here right now because it's still during the day. And usually I'm out here late at nights when there's not that many drivers out here, when there's a lot less. So maybe that's why I'm not getting that many orders right now, but I should be getting something. Getting kind of desperate right now. And kind of scared because I'm also low on gas. Okay, we got an order. It is not a good order. It is $3.75, but I gotta do something to like start the just get the account going for the day and get the algorithms going. You really can't decline too many offers, or like the algorithms kind of shut you down for the night. Like they're like, oh, you're not picking anything up, why send it to you then? Kind of like punishments. So I'm just gonna pick up this order really fast. I want to make sure that I get there on time, and I want to make sure I drop it off on time, most importantly. And today I can't be late, so if for some reason I'm not paying attention to the chat, my bad, guys. You know, for some reason I'm not talking about my team the whole day today, my bad, guys. I'm going to squeeze in as much My Team content as possible because I have been having a lot of fun on the game. I just hit 16 million MT on the game, and that's a lot. That's going to really allow me to do a lot of things in the game. It's going to allow me the freedom, the financial freedom that I need in the game to do whatever I want and play the game as I want and as I choose. And choose who I want to run and choose when I want to do challenges. And if I don't want to do them, fuck them. I got MT and I can do whatever I want. So I'm really excited about the game. I just haven't had a chance to start playing the game because I've been so busy working since like Thursday night. I just been working and I've been on the road the whole time because the game has gotten so costly the last couple of days. I dropped $100 in the Hall of Fame pass. I dropped $100 on those 100 packs. And then I dropped $30 on a 10-pack box, which I got nothing out of. It was a complete rip and scam. Yo, what's up, mozzarella sticks? Nothing much, my dude, just at work. You know, trying to put some money in my pockets or back into my pockets. The game took a lot of money out of my pockets this. I'm just looking to recover and recuperate some of that money because I just spent like $200 this weekend on the game, and that is just unacceptable. It's unexcusable, and that's a lot of money on the game. So I'm just over here trying to make some of that money up and trying to get my night started. It seemed like it was starting off a little bit dead. It got me kind of worried and concerned, but hopefully it picks up for the night. And if I could just make $60-$80 and recuperate like some of the money I spent this weekend, I'll be fine with it. Okay guys, I gotta go inside and pick up this order. I'll be back. Okay, we're off to drop off this first order. It should be nearby because it's a really small order and it's not paying much. But mozzarella sticks, if you're still in here, oh, I know I just been busy, mozzarella sticks. I just been busy. Like I said, on the weekends, I'm real busy with my boy. He's home for the weekend. He doesn't have school, so I'm real busy with my son all weekend. And then on top of it, I have been working all weekend, so I couldn't go live for the start of season 7. And I'm hoping that I'm gonna go live today when I get home and I get off of work. But I do want to say I had a really good night on King of the Court. I beat somebody 47-3 and made them rage quit in the third quarter. I think they quit in the third quarter, and they were the score was 47-3. I put the game up as a video. I never had a game where I beat somebody 47-3. At one point the score was it was 47-2. At one point the score was 47-0. And finally I kind of just like let him score one point because I was kind of making a video out of it. And it was my biggest King of the Court win ever. I won by 45 points. And the next game I won by like 20, I think it was 27 points. So I had another game right afterwards that was really good too. And I posted both games up as a video if you guys want to check out those 2 wins. But they were huge wins at King of the Court. I had a blast. And then as far as those 100 packs, I've been having a blast ripping those packs. Those packs are highly addictive. I don't mind the price on them at $20 a pop because I think you get your money's worth. You get your value and your money's worth for sure. And I've been getting a lot of good stuff out of it. I had tons of pretty good luck with this so far. Now, in my first pack that I ripped, I think 2K was trying to discourage me from trying to farm MT off of them. I know, Mozzarella. I always think that, but I'm just on the weekends. I have my son with me, and like I'm always gonna tell people, my son is like my number one, first and foremost priority over anything in the world. And like I'm spending time with them is just more valuable than anything, and it's priceless. He's 8 years old. I can remember when he was 8 weeks old, and these kids grow up so fast. It happens in the blink of an eye. So when he's off from school, I want to do nothing but spend time with my boy. That's the honest truth, guys. I don't mean to sound so mushy or like such a smother dad or whatever, but or helicopter dad, but I'm with my boy all weekend, and if I'm not with them, I'm at work. So I didn't have a chance to stream at all, and my boy's a little Nate. He's a night owl also, so he's up with me. So like we're up until like 3:30 in the morning playing Roblox on the weekends. You know, I'm up with them, he's up with me, we're hanging out, we're doing things, we're watching movies. We just got done with the Back to the Future trilogy this weekend. He just got done watching Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3 this weekend, and he absolutely loved all of the movies. Now he's a huge Back to the Future fan of the whole trilogy. So during the weekend, I dedicate all my time to my boy. I couldn't stream the game. I'm just not gonna, I can't take that time away from him because I just love being with him too much. And he really loves being with his dad. You know, I'm his best friend at this stage of the game. So I'm always gonna be with him on the weekends. And this weekend, I had to work a little bit because the game costs so much to play. Like I said, I dropped like $220 this weekend. In 48 hours, I dropped $200 on the game for the level 40 reward, Michael Jordan. That cost me pretty much $100. It was $80. And then I ripped some packs. I ripped a 10-pack box. That was $30. And then I ripped $100 worth of those 100 overall packs. So that's too much money on the game. And I had to get back to work and recover and recuperate some of that money, guys. Like, it was just too much money spending on the game in 48 hours. Now, did I have fun? I had a blast. I made like over 2 million MT this weekend. And that's because I had some really good luck with those 100 packs. As I was saying, I pulled some great cards. I think at first 2K was trying to discourage me. My first pack gave me Zion Williams. My second pack gave me... Who the heck was in my second pack? I can't remember who was in the second pack. But then in the third pack, I got Jabari Smith Jr. And in my fourth pack, I got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So I was able to make 55 off of Zion. The second player, I was able to make like another 55 million. And then off of Jabari Smith Jr., I made 825,000 MT. And then off of Kareem, I think I made like a 500,000 MT. So I was able to push my account from 14 million MT to 16 million MT overnight basically over the weekend in 48 hours, I was able to stack up my MT and just get it up there. So I'm really ecstatic about that. I'm waiting for the market to come crashing down a little bit more. I still think the 100s are going to come down a lot more because everyone is ripping those 100 packs like crazy. Those packs are highly addictive, like I said, and the payout is so good. The value makes ripping those packs worth it. Even at the price of $20 a pop, I think is nothing. So I think the market's going to go down even further. Once the market goes down even further, I'm going to buy Magic Johnson. The market has gone up on GOAT cards because now everyone has more MT saved up because they're farming MT through the 100 packs. So the prices of the Invincibles and the GOATs have gone up. And last Thursday, King James sold for 3.8 million MT. This weekend, King James has not gone any lower than 5 million MT. So I gotta watch out for that. And I missed my turn. That's great. I said I'm not gonna do that today. I'm gonna be on point and be super on time with everything, and I missed the turn. And it told me to turn up here, but now it's saying that I was supposed to continue going straight. I hate this damn app. I absolutely hate it. It gets mixed up so quickly, so easily. It'll tell you to do one thing, and then the next second it's putting you back on the same road it just told you to turn off of. I don't know why it does that. But I farmed a bunch of MT, and I think everyone's caught on to that MT farming method, and now everyone is ripping those packs. So with everyone ripping those packs, those cards are going to come further down in price. I want to say by next week, when they drop a new type of Hall of Fame box, that's most likely going to guarantee a better chance at an Invincible. The 100s are eventually going to come down to the price of like where the Dark Matters are right now. So give it just a little bit of time, and the 100s are going to be pretty damn cheap. I was on King of the Court this weekend a little bit, and I did notice that everybody on King of the Court was practically running with the God Squad. Everybody on King of the Court was running with like 100 overall lineups. You know, some pretty good ones too. I've seen a lot of good ones. So you got to make some MT. You got to farm some MT now. If you don't start farming MT now, while you still can, because the cards are still worth a decent amount, your team is going to fall so behind that you're not going to be able to play Showdown or King of the Court. You're going to end up like, you know, on salary cap. You're going to end up in lesser mode, like playing the park, where you don't need like the best of the best cards to hang. And I recommend that you guys farm MT right now and make tons of it. Because if you can't even at least stack up your team with 100 overalls, you're going to be in some serious trouble come Season 7. The only thing I can think of is if you can't afford 100s come Season 7, stack up your team with some really juiced up, badged up Dark Matter cards. That's what you're going to need to do. I'll be back. Okay, I just want to double check and let's see if that order was on time. It should be. Yep, on time. Sweet, guys. That worked out perfect. We got the first order of the day dropped off on time. Now, we didn't make much from it, but I just want to like get the night started, get the algorithms going, get them warmed up and heated up, and get me in that rotation of giving me orders. The more orders you take with these apps, the more they send you, the more they keep you busier. The more you decline, the less orders they're gonna send you until you pretty much nerfed your own account. So you really can't afford to not accept orders, to cancel them, and to not get them there on time. And I would say that I would get back to doing like Uber and Lyft, but it has gotten so crazy and weird out here lately. Like, I just hate having people in my car now. Like, for all I know, I could have a fucking crazy axe murderer in my car. He kills me, and now my son doesn't have a father. So I really have not been wanting to do that lately. Okay, yo, what's up, Insano? Invincible Half-Box. Oh, I know mozzarella sticks. I think they're gonna Invincible Half-Box. I want to say they're gonna be here by as early as next week. And the only thing I don't like about the ones that are gonna be coming at first, because I don't think the ones that they drop at first are gonna guarantee you an Invincible. I think what they're gonna guarantee you is a chance, an equal chance pack at a 100 or an Invincible. Guaranteed Invincible Hall of Fame boxes, that's not going to come until season 8 for sure. I could tell you that much already. That's guaranteed. Giving us an Invincible Hall of Fame box that guarantees you an Invincible with every pull, with every box, I think it's still a bit too early for that. I think they're going to save that for next season. Because if they did that now, then next season they would have to give us like a GOAT Hall of Fame box, a box that guaranteed you a GOAT card. And I don't think they're going to give that to us till season 9. Those are my predictions. Season 8, guaranteed Invincible Hall of Fame box. For season 7, I think they're going to give us an equal chance, like a 50-50 chance at getting either a 100 or an Invincible. But I don't think it's going to be a guaranteed Invincible box yet. What up, Chosen? What up, FOMO? What's good, my dude? But I've really been enjoying the game this weekend and the start of season 7. I just haven't had as much time as I wanted on the game yet. Because like I said, my boy's home on the weekend. He's priority number 1 on the weekend is just to spend time with them. And then when summer break comes up, you know, I'll figure out more of a balanced schedule of like hanging out with my son and then streaming and then work. But also, I spent $220 on the game this weekend, and to me, that's a lot of money on the game. It makes me feel bad. It makes me feel guilty somehow. And it's time for me to recover and recuperate some of that money. And I had to get back to work to recover some of that money. You know, you can't spend $200 on a game. I feel like it's a bit childish, a bit irresponsible of me, and I gotta make it up. You know, I gotta put that money back in my pockets, even though it didn't come out of my check-ins or my savings. $200 buys you a lot of things. It buys you a pair of Air Jordans to actually put on your feet, you know, a pair of sneakers to wear. It puts clothes on your back. It puts food in your stomach. It puts weed in my lungs. So $200 could do a lot of things, and I feel like spending $200 on the game, it's a bit excessive, and like I said, it shouldn't be found acceptable. Excuse me, guys. And it shouldn't be acceptable. We shouldn't find it acceptable from this company that we got to spend like $200 at the start of every season. If you want to get the level 40 reward ASAP, you got to spend $80 right there. If you want to do a little bit of a pack opening, you know, Hall of Fame box or a 51 pack box, you got to spend another $100 right there. That's $200 every season. That's $2,000 a year right out the gate. And you're not even doing anything major in this game if you only do that. And I don't only do that. I rip packs throughout the week. I rip packs throughout the year. throughout the whole cycle of the game, pretty much almost every day. So yeah, they give you no choice, Chosen. They don't, and it's not fair. It shouldn't be found acceptable. And I always say it's I always hear people say, oh, it's the My Team community fault. If you guys put your big boy pants on and just don't rip packs and just don't give your money to 2K, they'll eventually have to stop. No, they won't. They got these wells. They don't care about the average person's money that they spend on the game. They care about the money the whales spend on this game. This is a game for people that make $100,000 a year. This is a game that you got to make 6 figures a year to play. This is a game for the wealthy, for the whales, and that's who they care about. That's who they target. And as long as those guys are still playing the game and still paying to play the game and paying a lot, the game is gonna stay the way it is. And there's no doubt about that. They don't care about what the average consumer spends on the game and shit. So I always tell people, if you're playing My Team, don't play My Team not expecting to spend money. If you're playing My Team, it's because you're here to spend money. Play a fantasy squad building game. And fortunately, there's a salary cap in this game. And it's called how much are you willing to spend on the game. The salary cap is your pockets, is your wallet, it's your credit card, it's your debit card. So it's just how much are you willing to spend on this fantasy squad building game. And I love the game. But boy, this year it's probably got to be the most costly year ever. And it's got to be the year where they gatekeep so much stuff behind the exchange event. And the exchange event is just another name for special inserts. Specially inserted cards into the market for a really high expensive price. They're just special inserts. Remember in 2K24 when they put Michael Beasley in a pack and sold them for $50 on the pack market, and they called them a special insert, and we all got mad about it? All they did was reword it in 2K26. Now all it is a special insert is in the exchange events, and it's hitting behind the same paywall, except it's just worded differently. They call it an event now. And instead of paying $50 to $100 for that card, we're now paying $1,500 for that special insert. So the game has gotten very costly and a bit ridiculous to have to pay this much to play a game. It is just inexcusable. And as much as I love the game, and I love the game of basketball, and I love hoops, like, this is getting just way too much. Like, I could be living a little bit more lavishly if I didn't have to spend so much money on the game. But I feel like I'm at 16 million MT. I feel like I'm at the end with this game, and that I no longer need to spend, on the game anymore. I got 16 million MT. I could pretty much buy whatever I need from the auction house. I could choose what what challenges to complete or not to complete, and what not to waste my time with. I could play this game with like the financial freedom that I want to play it now with, and I can just enjoy the game and relax and play it as I want. So I'm hoping that today is Sunday. A lot of people usually sell their cards on Sunday because they're done with King of the Court, and then they don't rebuy the cards until like Thursday night. So I'm hoping today that I'll see some people maybe panic selling and selling the cards, and I'll be able to get them at a discounted price. I'm looking to add King James to the team, and I'm looking to add the 100 Magic Johnson onto the team. So I'll be real happy if I can add those 2 cards to the team. And then I would also like to add Invincible Ray Allen, because he's like a really good, affordable Invincible card. I think you can get him for less than like $1 million. I think you can get him for like 600,000 or 700,000 MT. 7. Oh, some honeys to the right. Oh, did you see the honeys to the right? All they were wearing was bathing suits. But that's what I'm hoping is to get some shopping done, go into the auction house and splurge on myself a little bit, treat myself to some cards. Like I said, I'm now at 16 mil. I never had any intentions of trying to get the account to 16 mil, but I just pulled off a JC2K. I'm at 16 mil. at the right time of the season, not at the beginning of the season. I'm at 16 mil at the right time of the season, at the end game, when you want this type of MT in your account. And it didn't take me some multi-million-dollar corporation, some AI corporation to fund my account and rip packs for me, and just give me the money and give me the account with 16 mil and all the best players on it. I had to get out here and earn, you know, the team that I have. I had to get out here and I had to earn that MT. I had to, you know, earn it with blood, sweat, and tears and work. So I just want to go. Want to go home as early as possible tonight and start enjoying the game and start enjoying the season 7 piece. I think it does look really good. There isn't much as far as season 7 mode rewards, but it does seem like they're a bit easier to get this season, because now you get a season 7 mode reward at level after 50 wins in showdown, and then you could do like get the other one from like the breakout board or gauntlet or something like that. So it does look like it's much easier this season to get the 2 season 7 mode completion cards, to get Dominique Wilkins and to get the reward. But the exchange, there is Donovan Mitchell, who I've already got, and he is really good. He is really fun. I do like using him a lot. He is coming off the bench for me with Invincible Zion and Invincible Ben Wallace. The only thing about the exchange is that GOAT Magic and GOAT Wilt Chamberlain, their prices on them are outrageous. And the price of all the other cards, the Invincibles, the 100s, are pretty pricey, and like you need a lot of cards to attain those players. And I gotta be honest, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not going after any of them. I'm not going after any of those players in the exchange. The only one I got was just Donovan Mitchell, and then afterwards I dipped out of the exchange ASAP. And I'm probably just gonna go after MT and badges with stuff like the season 7 mode completion card, or you know, any kind of like exchange event piece. I'm just gonna go to like badges and like MT stuff like that. Yo, DB, happy Sunday, man. Mozzarella sticks. I always tell people, if you're not spending money on my team, then I don't know what you're doing over here playing my team. Because, you know, if you're going to be playing my team, it means you're here to spend some money. Like you're at the damn casinos. And you're just hoping to hit it big and get lucky with packs. That's the difference. So, you know, like, so I'm out here trying to recuperate some of that money that I spent this weekend on the game, because it's been a lot, and I desperately need it back. So, if not, I'm in big trouble, because I'm out of bud, and I need weed to make it through the weekend, through the week. I need weed, you know, to make it through the day. You know, I wake up, I want to do a wake and bake. Before I go to bed, I want to smoke up a joint. While I'm watching TV, I want to hit the bong a few times. While I'm playing video games, I want to get completely ripped and stoned out my mind and completely enjoy season 7 of my team for the rest of the week. I want to enjoy the game all weekend. Well, what's left of the weekend. And I want to enjoy the game all week. This is the last week where my boy is in school, and then afterwards he's going to be off for summer break. I'm not going to get to enjoy this much time on the game. So this is the last week where I get to really, really enjoy and spend a lot of time on the game. I want to be on the game all weekend and all week and just be completely fucking stoned and just enjoying the game and relaxing and having fun with it and enjoying my 16 million MT. That's what I want to do. But as of right now, it is a little bit dead out here, so I'm just hoping it's gonna pick up soon. It's kind of like the dinner hour, and usually the dinner hour starts at 4, but sometimes in Orlando the dinner hour really doesn't start till like 6, 7, maybe even as late as like 8, 9 o'clock. So I'm just hoping it picks up and I can get a little bit busy, and if I could just make like, you know, $60, $80 today, I'd be happy with that. Heck, if I can just recuperate like $40 or $50, I'll be happy with it. You know, I spent like 220 this weekend, so I want to just start making some of that money back and start putting it back in my pockets. And maybe chill out with all the spending I've been doing on the game, because there's really no reason for me to have to spend on the game because I've got 16 mil. And there's really no reason for me to spend on the game because I pretty much got all the players I want. And there's really no reason for me to spend on the game until like at least they drop a guaranteed invincible Hall of Fame box. So let's see if it picks up. But I'm gonna be out here until like midnight, or until I make as much money as possible. But guys, if you could like up the stream, I'd really appreciate it. Let's get me up to 10 likes. I should have already been at 10 likes. I've been streaming for the last 40 minutes. I should have already been at 10 likes. So let's get it up to 10 likes really quick. I would appreciate it. And if you haven't subbed up to the channel, please sub up. I would really appreciate that. That helps the channel grow, and the channel has been growing a lot. I think when I started doing when I started getting back into making YouTube videos this year, I was at like, I think like 1,900 subs, and now we're at 2,100 subs. So let's keep the channel growing, and you know, we're on our way to 3,000 subs, and then pretty soon we'll be on our way to 5,000 subs. So let's keep the channel growing, let's keep it going, and let's do it together, 2K fam. But I am hoping for it to get a little bit busier, because it's not busy at all right now. It is like completely dead. And I'm not thinking, I don't think it's dead out here. I think what it is that I got those 2 bad strikes on my account this weekend, and it's kind of nerfed my account, and my rating has gone down. So since my rating has gone down, people with better ratings are getting the orders first. You know, the ones, and there's probably a lot of people out here. So because of that, I'm not getting hardly shit right now. And hopefully that changes in a little bit, because I need to make some money. I'm like down to 0 bud and 0 money in my pockets, and I need some bud. I definitely need some bud before I need to rip another pack. That's for sure. So let's try to get some bud money going here. But it is real early, as you can see. You know, like it's still daytime and stuff. And I'm in Orlando during the summer. It'll stay daytime until like 8:45 at night. So most people are still out. Thanks for getting me to 6 likes, guys. If you guys can get me to 10 likes, I'd really appreciate it. And please sub up if you haven't subbed up. But so it's still pretty early. I would imagine that most people are still out and about doing stuff. You know, so I'm just hoping that, you know, and also there's some NBA playoff games today, so there should be some orders happening like later on in the night. It should pick up. But I'm just hoping I can get some sort of orders going. But yeah, looking pretty dead out here and pretty scary. It's like scary dead. Like no money to be made out here. I don't know. Maybe it's because like all of those UCF students are heading back home because the, you know, the school year is over, and summer break is about to start happening. So they usually go back home to the states they're from. And when that happens, this area does get a little bit dead, and I'm hoping it just doesn't die out over the summer. Because if it does, I might have to find a different job and do something else. Something that makes me more money in this time frame. I'm gonna see what else I can do soon. It's just that sometimes I'm so consumed with the damn fucking game and so busy with the game. And, you know, and when you get home from work, the last thing you want to do is start looking, you know, for a different job that pays better. You know, you want to eat, And you want to do the things you find entertaining and enjoyable, and you want to sit down and relax. So when I get home, the first thing I want to do is be on my damn video games. Unfortunately, that leads to me doing nothing else besides playing my video games all day and all night, pretty much the whole night. And I get nothing else completed, nothing else accomplished, and I could be doing so much more with my time, things that are so much more productive. But I am a video game junkie, and I am a 2K My Team junkie. That's for damn sure. And I just love the game of hoops. I'm over there, you know, sipping on my little glass of whiskey, and I'm enjoying NBA highlights while I'm playing the game and streaming. I don't know, to me it doesn't get any better than that. And I could just do that all weekend, and then nothing else gets completed. So I gotta start managing my time a lot better. That's what I gotta do. But let's see if I can get some orders going. This is getting me like kind of concerned, but it should pick up. This happens from time to time. But let's see if it gets popping. I'm gonna be out here for the next I want to say 6-7 hours. 6-7. Good Lord, it's crazy how much that number comes up for real. But I should be able to make the money that I'm looking to make by the end of the night. Oh, what is this truck doing over here, just like blocking up the whole fucking lane and stopping traffic? I hate when people do shit like this. I find it like so ridiculous, like just such a lack of common sense. Like this could easily start an accident right here. Fucking dumbass. You know, that kind of shit puts people's lives in danger when you do that kind of shit. But yeah, guys, this is Orlando. This is my neck of the woods during the daytime. And I'm going to be out here probably the next 6 or 7 hours. Man, I try to, believe me, if I could pull over and give that guy the business, I'd tell him like, hey man, you're a fucking idiot out here. You can cost people's lives, you know, like that, you know. Try to be a little bit more courteous to the next person on the road. But you're right. But hey, how you doing, my dude? Yeah, I'm right by UC after college. Yeah. There's usually 95,000 students on campus, but the school year is about to end, summer break is about to start, and I doubt there's that many students on campus right now. So I feel like this area has kind of gone dead, you know, now, and this location isn't popping like it used to. So it went from being a cash cow to completely dry as fucking dead as fuck. So I'm hoping it picks up, and I'm hoping I can make some, you know, money, you know, by the end of the night. I'm gonna stay out here until I make money, and I got to. It's only 7:20, and it is still daytime, so maybe most people are still out and about doing stuff. But I'm guessing by 8-9 o'clock, the dinner hour, it's gonna pick up a little bit more. So I'm hoping it's just gonna pick up so I can make some money. And not to spend on the game. I've completely had my fill of spending money on the game. I'm like borderline disgusted and sick with myself on how much I spent on the game this weekend. And I didn't need to rush into spending that much money on the game. Like I could have just, you know, maybe grinded out some of the level 40s, you know, I did want to rip those 100 packs pretty badly. They did farm me a lot of MT, but maybe that's all I should have done was just invested my money into those 100 packs and ripping those, and then not done the Hall of Fame pass and just grinded to level 40. But I can't remember the last time that I did the grind to level 40. And I know that always takes at least a week or two, and I didn't want to wait a week or two to get that card. I wanted to get that card ASAP from day one, minute one, so I can enjoy it as long as possible and have the most time with it as long as possible. So it kind of put me behind the 8 ball today, and I'm really a little bit short on money. And most of all, low on bud. And that's what I need money for, is some bud. So I'm out here gonna work until I hit at least, I want to say $80, and then I'll be in the good. I'll be in the clear. I'll be in the safe zone, auto zone. But I'm so far trying to just make 80 bucks out here. Sounds like I'm trying to make 3 million MT in the game. Sounds damn near impossible right about now. And I don't know what's going on with this location. I don't know if it's gone completely dead. I don't know if the UCF kids are already off campus. But or maybe it's because this weekend I had two really bad ratings, two really bad customers that left me bad feedback. I don't know if that slowed down my account, and my rating did drop this weekend, so maybe that slowed down my account a little bit, kind of nerfed it a bit. I really don't know. But it has been really slow for me out here, and I've been out here for like an hour already, and I haven't made anything. I've taken one order thus far. So it needs to pick up. I'm hoping that by nighttime it starts to pick up, because usually it does pick up at night. You know what I'm gonna do? I am gonna reset the app and see if that helps. Oh, we got some major police action happening over here, guys. Can you guys see it? It's like they're on hot pursuit. Like they're after the Duke boys or some shit. Alright, I'm just gonna go in here and like reset the app. I wanna see if resetting the app will maybe help out. It does say that like the area is kind of dead. You know what? It says to head to the UCF area. I'm gonna head to UCF and see what happens. Even though I was just there and it was pretty dead. This is gravitating. Yeah, I'm gonna go to UCF. I'm gonna head there right now. But thanks for everyone for hanging out. And guys, please like up the stream. Let's get it to 10 likes. And if you haven't subbed up, please sub up. I would really appreciate it. It would make my day. It's completely slow out here. I'm having a terrible day at work. I'm not making any money really. And this is after a weekend where I just dropped $220 on the game on my team, and I need to recuperate and recover some of that money. And I'm just having a bad day out here. I'm like not making much money at all. Like I know I just now started, but I should be like at least at like, you know, $20-$30. Like I can give it that it was a slow hour, but it can't be like this the whole night. Maybe I started too early today, but I'm gonna, like I said, be out here until like midnight and see if I can make any money. But I don't know what's going on out here today. It is dead, and it's kind of scary. But I'm gonna head to UCF and see if there's any business out in that area. Because so far I haven't gotten, I got one order so far. It says there's only a 2 to 6 minute wait in this area. That's pretty average, but most of the time it says there's a 1 to 3 minute wait. So maybe that's slightly above the average wait time. But again, I don't know if it's because of my account. You know, if something happened to my account. I did get two bad strikes, two major strikes this weekend because one customer complained that I didn't deliver the order to him when I know I left it at his doorstep in front of the door. The thing is that the area was dark, and when I took the picture didn't come out good. So he was able to claim that I didn't drop off the order, and that went as a two strikes against me because he had two separate orders. And he basically got the order, for free, and I got screwed over with two bad strikes. No one is streaming and driving. It's I'm completely like I could drive and stream it. It's called multitasking, buddy. I'm perfectly fine. If I wasn't streaming the road, the GPS would be up there. Oh, it's a climb. Good Lord, I did not know that. Why are so many people constantly doing it on YouTube then? I always see people doing it. I think I'll be fine. I also have a screen that doesn't allow people to see what my screen is showing. So it's kind of like a tint. So you wouldn't be able to see. No one would be able to see that I'm streaming right now on this phone because it's got like a cover on the front of the phone. It's kind of like a tint that prevents people from seeing what you're viewing on your phone. Not too fast. That's probably something I wouldn't want to do. Not only that, but a lot of people record the road as they're driving, and they're doing Uber. So this is pretty much the same thing as recording the road, for accident purposes or for like Uber purposes. So I see almost practically every Uber and Lyft driver does it. They're constantly recording the road. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, my dude. Thank you for checking, because he actually did get me a little bit nervous. For a second, I was kind of worried if I could get pulled over while I was streaming, because there's a lot of cops in this Orlando area. That is true right there. But thanks a lot. I do appreciate it. And guys, if we can get me to 10 likes, I only need 3 more likes to get to 10. I would really appreciate it, guys. We should have already been at 10 likes. To be honest, the only time I read the streams is when I'm at a red light. While I'm driving, I'm just kind of yapping. That's awesome. The cyber police. I've never heard of the cyber police in my life. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of. You can go ahead and report me to the cyber police. That is hysterical. I wonder what the cyber police are going to do. Are they going to virtually arrest me? That's too funny. That is the funniest thing I've ever heard. Just for that alone, I'm going to allow you to stick around in the chat. Just for that comment alone. That was hysterical. That's probably the funniest shit I heard all weekend. I'm about to call the cyber police. Oh my God, that's fucking hysterical. Guys, if I get pulled over by the cyber police in like the next 40 minutes, you know who ratted me out. But yeah, guys, I'm just out here trying to make some money, and it's a little bit on the dead side. I'm hoping by going towards UCF and by getting closer to like the UCF students that I'll get a little bit busier and get some orders. And I'm also hoping like by nighttime that it'll pick up. If it doesn't, I'm gonna have to call it a night because it won't be worth it to stay out here. But I'm hoping it does pick up. it still says there's like a 2 to 6 minute wait. And like I said, usually there's only a 1 to 3 minute wait, and I just don't know why it's gone so dead. But let me tell you, if it continues being like this, I may just go back to picking people up and putting them in my car. And I really hate doing that. I would rather much do DoorDash and Uber Eats, but it's gone a little bit dead lately. And sometimes there's too many people out here doing this, and then next thing you know, there's too many drivers and not enough, you know, demand for orders. So it's all about supply and demand. And it looks like it's a little bit dead out here. So I'm hoping it picks up. I really do hope that it picks up. But if not, I'm just gonna have to call it a night, because I can't be out here wasting gas and shit like this. But I said to myself, whether it was busy or not, I was gonna be out here until at least midnight, and I'm sure by midnight I'll make some sort of money. You know, I'm sure if I stay out here long enough, I'll make money. So it's just a matter of time before some of the drivers go back inside, and it becomes like the later dinner hours, or maybe people are getting back from the bars and the clubs, and I'll make some money somehow. But it's real shitty, because I just want to get home and play some video games. That's the honest truth. I got a fucking killer team now on my team. The team is looking really good, and I'm ready to hoop it up and play some basketball like all night and shit. I have not had a chance to sit there in front of the game and play the game all night. I haven't been able to do that all weekend. And I really do want to get out there and play basketball like all night, play hoops, hoop it up. But I haven't been able to do it because I've been busy with work. And it says this area is busy. It says that I'm in a red zone. Let's see if we get something here. But it's really looking kind of dead. Kind of scary dead. But it is, or it was, a really nice sunny day today. And also there's some playoff games today, so the orders should be picking up later on when the games are on. But it was a really like super nice sunny day, so I'm sure a lot of people went out to eat, or I'm sure a lot of people went out to do something, and I'm sure it's gonna pick up at night. So I'm just waiting for nighttime to hit, and hopefully it picks up. But let me tell you, if this doesn't pick up, and you know, I feel like this location has gone a little bit dead, I want to say that today, like tonight, I'm gonna start looking for like something else to do, like some other form of work, because this is getting dead as fuck. And with YouTube, I usually make like 150 bucks a month. It's not much. It's just a little extra money. But if you guys like up the stream, let's get it to 10 likes and sub up. Maybe we can get the channel to grow a little bit more. I'd really appreciate the help. We are at 8 likes. Let's get it to 10. Good. And I am so dead tired because my boy didn't go to bed really till really late at night. And I was up all night because I had to wait for him to go to bed so I can, you know, get on the sticks and actually play some games and get some games in. So once he went to bed, that's kind of when my day started. Take your birthday away. Okay. But this is the Orlando UCF, I guess what I would call area location. UCF is to the right of me, and then it's way back there. Like the campus is huge. The campus is massive. UCF used to be a little dot on the map, and now is the biggest college, the most populated college, the most popular college, the #1 destination in the United States for college is UCF. But I don't think it has anything to do with academics or sports. I think it has more to do with that it's known as a party, like college. It's known as a party school. Guys, let's like it up and get it to 10 likes, guys, real quick. Like up and sub up if you haven't done it already. But I think that's why it's the most popular college in the state and the most populated. It's because it is known as a party college, and it does have 95,000 students on campus, and it does have some major, when I say major honeys on campus. That campus, UCF, does good in 3 things: partying, honeys, and football. That's what they do best. And because of that, it made it the most popular college destination with 95,000 students on campus. But it's the summertime. Those students are all gone back home, and this area has gone kind of dead as far as, like, you know, Uber, Lyft, DoorDashing, all of that stuff. So I may have to look to do something else this summer. Something that isn't gonna just let me stay in the car and get high all fucking day, I guess. But I'm gonna have to find something else because this is getting a little bit frustrating. Oh, we got somebody from the University of Phoenix in here. What up, Nate? How you doing, Nate? Nate, I don't think I've ever seen your name in the chat before, but if you can click like and sub up, I would really appreciate you, my dude. But I'm good to see you, Nate. I hope everyone's having a really good, positive day. It was really, really like a really clear, sunny day in Orlando. I want to say the temperature was in the high 80s. And it's 7:38 right now. It's still daytime. It's going to be daytime in Orlando till about 8:45. And I'm hoping by then this is going to pick up because it has been scary dead. And I haven't made any money today. And if I don't start making any money out here today, I'm going to just start looking for something else as a form of like work. And I've also got to start listing, I've also got to start doing better with like keeping up with my eBay store and like start listing like my comic books. I got a bunch of collectible comics. I must have about $20,000 to $40,000 worth of comics in my room. And I gotta say that it is time for me to start selling them and start flipping them and start getting rid of them. They're just, it's not that I don't love comic books and I don't love Marvel shows or Marvel movies anymore, or sci-fi and horror movies and shows, but I want to say comics have gone a little bit dead, and for sure the hype in the community has come down. During the pandemic, there was so much hype, so much excitement behind comic books. Everybody was talking about them. Everybody was constantly like speculating on their, you know, their value, their worth. And the movies that were coming out at the time, the Marvel movies that were coming out at the time, were influencing the value and the price and the worth of the comics. And it was just making the value of and the worth of the comics skyrocket through the roof. So everyone during the pandemic thought, hey, this is a good time to invest into these books. There's nothing else to do with this money. There was a huge spike and boom in comic book collecting, you know, throughout the pandemic. And then right after the pandemic, when people were able to go outside again, it just started to die down little by little. And so like now there's like no excitement or hype really about anything, about the Marvel movies, about the comics that have been coming out. So some of the price and the value, the worth of the comics have come down. And I think now it's time to sell. I can't hold on to them forever. So I do want to start selling. And I want to start listing, you know, some of the books on my eBay account. And see if I can, you know, turn those comic books into a pretty penny or two. Oh, I'm really excited about Doomsday. Really excited. Anything comic book related, I'm super excited about it. Um, I'm really excited about the fact that Tony Stark's, Robert Downey Jr. is Doctor Doom. That is way cool. That is, amazing. That's gonna be a great story. I don't know how they're gonna make it work. If it's Iron Man in the future that becomes Doctor Doom, or is this Doom from like a multiverse? I really can't wait to see how they explain it and how they fit it into the MCU and how they fit it into like the timeline. So I'm really excited about like anything Avengers. I wasn't the biggest fan of the last Fantastic Four movie. I thought it was a crying shame that they changed the sex of the Silver Surfer. The Silver Surfer is Norrin Rad. He is the Silver Surfer, and the fact that they changed it from a guy to a girl, and they changed so much of that, so much of the Fantastic Four universe up. That was such a major thing in the Fantastic Four universe that I feel like by them changing that, it completely threw off the movie and threw off all the vibes to that Fantastic Four movie and franchise and brand. It's like they got to start over and reboot the whole brand again, because the movie was that terrible. It was that bad. And it was not a good movie. And I feel like they should have just kept it like the way it is in the comic books and just follow the traditional comic book, and it would have done a lot better if the Silver Surfer was just a guy. Besides that, the movie was pretty good, pretty decent. I did like the looks and the aesthetics of the movie, but the fact that they changed that one thing and they made the Silver Surfer a female, it just threw off the whole movie, and it didn't make it fit with the real MCU. It made it feel like it was happening in a different multiverse, which that's what they said it was. Yeah, and it was woke as fuck. The movie was very woke, for sure. Just for the simple fact that they had to change. I almost feel like they were forced to do it for some reason. That they had to change the sex of the Silver Surfer and change him from a guy to a girl. When in the comic books, there's never been any mentions of a female Silver Surfer. There has been a female herald, of Galactus, but it was not a female Silver Surfer. The original Silver Surfer, Norrin Rad, was a guy. That's it. That's the end of it. That's the original story. That's the origin of the Silver Surfer. Keep it the way it has traditionally been, and stop changing shit up, Marvel, so you can be woke and appeal to people that you really shouldn't and have to appeal to. Those people that you're trying to appeal to with all your woke shit, those people are not reading or buying your comic books. Those people are not watching your Marvel shows on Disney Plus. So why do you have to make the movies appeal to them? I don't get it. Why not make the movies and the shows appeal to the people that buy and read your comic books? The people that tune into every single episode on Disney Plus of a Marvel show or like a series or a movie. Appeal to those people that have been faithful, loyal fans of Marvel for like 100, almost like 100 years or some shit. And since it's been around. And appeal to them and make them happy. And and let's just stick to the original origins of a character, to what the traditional story is. Let's not start making up bullshit just to appeal to like today's woke times. The movie was extremely woke, for sure. But it was the first time we had seen a Fantastic Four movie in years. I had to get a little bit excited and hyped up about it, but Galactus did look really good, but the movie should have been so much better. But it was pretty damn woke. Okay, guys, I've been out here for like an hour and 45 minutes, and it still hasn't like improved for me. Like, it is still dead as fuck. I don't know if it's the area or what, but usually this is the area that I work, and usually it's real busy. I'm not gonna go deliver food in the hood or some shit, but usually this area is real busy, and it stays busy consistently, and like now it's completely dead. And like I've been out here for a hot minute and I've taken one order. I think I'm just gonna pull over and wait in a certain area and see if it gets busy, and see if I can get something, just pull over for a little bit. But I'm hoping by nighttime that it'll get busier, because usually, you know, at night it does get a little bit busier, and then there's less drivers on the road, and kind of becomes a late night dinner hour, I want to say. Hey guys, thanks for getting me to 10 likes. I really appreciate that. There's supposed to be like 100 Marvel characters in this movie. Really, Chosen? I did not know there's supposed to be 100 Marvel characters in one movie. That's gonna be bananas if they put 100 Marvel characters in one movie. That would be even bigger than the Infinity Saga. You know, those two movies to me were the peak. That was the prime of like Marvel movies, Marvel TV shows, and Marvel comic books. I was into the whole MCU when that was popping off. I was reading every single comic. I was collecting every single comic. I was buying every single comic, watching every single show and movie. That was definitely the peak and prime of like Marvel, the MCU for sure. But I wish we could get back to those days. I really do. But it would definitely be something that could rival or maybe even tops that. That would be amazing if there was 100 fucking Marvel characters in one movie. I wonder, would they have like the old Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider in it? Are we gonna pull, you know, characters from different, you know, parts of the Marvel universe? Are we gonna pull characters from different parts of the multiverse? You know, would we see Spider-Man, you know, Noir in it? Would we see different versions of Spider-Man in it? So I would really like to see what characters they're gonna put in the movie. If we're gonna have 100 Marvel characters in one movie, that's kind of mind-blowing. That makes me want to get back into shit. Yeah, it will have the original X-Men, the Fantastic Four, like the main Marvel comic teams. There's a new Spider-Man show with Nicolas Cage playing Spider-Man Noir. Yeah, I was just mentioning that. Let me tell you, Chosen, if they could make a Marvel movie that brings back the original X-Men, I'm talking about Halle Berry, you know, I'm talking about what's his name? The original Wolverine. Okay, we got another order. Finally, we got another order. You know, bringing back Hugh Jackman and bringing back the original X-Men, that would be amazing. You know, and if we could bring back the original Fantastic Four and bring back the original actors that were in those first batch of you know, Marvel movies. I kind of liked the original actors from like those first batch of Marvel movies. I liked Nicolas Cage in Ghost Rider. I liked the original X-Men. I even thought Jessica Alba as Miss Fantastic was way better than the new the new Miss Fantastic. So I wouldn't mind seeing them bringing back some of the older actors. I love the original Avengers. I don't want to see, you know, any of these new Avengers or like, you know, new characters they've been trying to introduce. But I'm also really excited about that Spider-Man Noir. I know it's going to be on Disney Plus and I haven't seen it yet, but I do want to see that. Oh man, this app is so fucking like all over the place. It told me to go straight again. And the second I went straight, it said make a U-turn. That's the second time it's done that to me today. And then, you know, that's why I'm always having some problems with being on time. Because the app fucking throws you off because it's such garbage. All of them. Uber, Lyft, DoorDash. You guys are multi-million-dollar corporations. Multi-billion-dollar corporations. Improve these fucking apps. They suck donkey dick. Like, they really do. And like, that's what's making people run late or fucking picking people up at the wrong destination or dropping people off at the wrong spot or some shit like that. It's all the app. You know, it's all this garbage ass app. But yeah, I really think that the MCU kind of hit its peak and its prime. And after the Infinity Saga. There was some good Marvel shows, some really good Marvel shows, and there was some really good Marvel movies that came out afterwards, but nothing quite hit the same. Nothing quite hit the same as that Infinity Saga. You know, and as far as like Marvel shows, I'm trying to think which is my favorite one. I want to say almost all the Marvel shows have been pretty B tier. None of them really fucking like completely hit a home run with me. The the Wanda show was pretty good. That was pretty funny and entertaining. The Winter Soldier, he had his own TV show, his own series. That was pretty good and entertaining. But I really can't say any of the Marvel shows have like complete. Oh, the only Marvel show that has completely hit a home run with me that I loved, that has such a great ending, was the Loki show. The Loki show was amazing. And we need to see more stuff like that. More stuff that explains the Marvel multiverse. You know, stuff that connects all of those multiverse stories into one. And I think we need to see more of the cosmic side of the Marvel universe at times. Like the MCU now has just become so what I like to call like, it's so based off of the street level characters nowadays, like Spider-Man, Daredevil, and Punisher. And I know they're trying to make the MCU look realistic, the way the DC universe is like based off of like more realistic stuff. But I don't like those street level superheroes. I want to see more of the cosmic superheroes. I want to see more of like the Fantastic Four, the Avengers, the X-Men, the Guardians of the Galaxies. You know, I want to see more of the, you know, Silver Surfer and Galactus and stuff. But I really think that's what they need to go back to, because all of that Thanos stuff in the Infinity Saga is kind of what brought Marvel to its prime, you know, to its peak days. So we need to get back to the peak, into the prime days of the MCU. And I think that means going back to having enemies like Thanos. You know, after the Infinity Saga, what the fuck could have topped Thanos as a bad guy? Doctor Doom does not top Thanos. He just doesn't top him. And I hope they're able to make him like a really badass supervillain. But you know, there's only one comic book series, you know, throughout the years where Doctor Doom was more of a badass than Thanos. And I really hope that's the direction that the story's going in. And it looks like that's the direction they are going in. Okay, guys, I'll be back in 2 seconds. I just got to pick up this order and I'll be back. If you guys could like up the stream and sub up, I'll be real happy. Yeah, I'm not a big... I like Daredevil, Spider-Man, Punisher, Moon Knight, all of those street level type of characters, but they're not my favorites of the favorites. You know, it's cool to see them take down the Kingpin, but there's only so many times I could watch them try to take down the Kingpin. You know, why can't the Punisher, Daredevil, Spider-Man, and all these street level kind of characters like Moon Knight, why can't they take this fat ass down eventually? And that's when I get tired of street level comic book, you know, superheroes and characters. I'd rather see the more cosmic side of the Marvel universe. All right, I'll be back. Oh my God, guys. I just saw this girl with the biggest, fattest, juiciest black booty ever. It looked scrumptious. Like, can I stick my face in that? She was looking hot as fuck. But I'm sure that's what her mans was thinking. Okay, we got this order. Let's head out. And we're gonna make sure we get there on time because I need my rating to go back up. I need my on time rate. Everything's looking good except for my overall rating. My overall rating came down a good amount because this person gave me 2 strikes on 1 order, and it brought my overall rating. And because of that, I think that's the reason why I'm a little bit slow on the slower side. Like, I'm not getting as many orders and they're not coming in as quickly. So I'm guessing that has to do something with it. It has to be a part of that. Okay, it says that this delivery is 8 minutes away. And we got until 8:08 to deliver it, so let's get there on time. It is 2.7 miles away. I feel like they should give you a little bit more time with these deliveries so you're not in like such a big rush. I mean, they need to account for traffic. They need to account for like accidents on the road. You know, they need to account for shit like that, or else or else they're kind of forcing you to like try to be in a rush to deliver the order, and that can, you know, I want to say cause an accident or put you in a situation where you might be rushing, and that can create an accident type of situation. Right now, I drive a black Toyota Camry. It is I think it's a 2021. It's either a 2020 or 2021. I can't remember. I think it's a 2021. And it's the family car. It's really my girl's car. It's really my wife's car. And she uses it during the day, and then I use it like from the evening to the night times for work, and then I also use it on the weekend for work. But most of the weekends I do stay home with her and the baby. And my car I have at home is a Porsche 928. It has been in the garage for like at least 5 years now, like since the pandemic. And my goal is to get it out of the garage by this summer into the driveway, and I'm either going to start working on it. I'm going to try to find a mechanic that could start working on it. But my goal is to get it up and running and then flip that car. I should easily be able to get $15,000 for it if I can just get the car up and running. But I don't know a good mechanic. And I'm trying to find a good, honest mechanic that will work on your foreign Italian car. It's practically impossible to find a good, honest mechanic that's going to work on your foreign car and tell you what's really wrong with it and the real price that it would cost to get that car up and running versus what he wants to actually get paid for it. So I can never find a good mechanic. I need to find a good mechanic to get that car up and running. But my goal is to eventually sell that car and make about $15,000 off of it. Now, my little boy, who's 8, he would tell you, hey, Dad, I want you to keep that car until I turn 15, and you could pass that car on to me. Now, that's not a bad idea. I wouldn't mind giving him the car that I drove to high school, you know, when I was a kid, and give him that car so he can drive it to high school. But it is a 1986 Porsche 928S, 350 horsepower at the wheel. There are no safety features in that car at all whatsoever. No airbags will deploy ever. I don't even know if it has like an anti-lock brake system. But my wife was like, hey, I really don't want to give that car, you know, to him when he grows up as his first car. I think it's a bit dangerous. So I started like kind of understanding where she was coming from, and now I'm not so sure if I want to pass that car on to him. I drive a 2016 Ram 1500 diesel. Oh my gosh. How is diesel gas more expensive or is it cheaper? Right now, nowadays, gas is so damn expensive, man. My girl wants to get a Tesla. She wants to get an electrical car. She thinks with the money that you save on gas, that's gonna pay for your insurance and your car payments. And it's true, with the amount of money you spend on gas nowadays, it is a good amount of the car payment, and it is a good amount of the insurance. I just don't know how much I trust electrical cars. I don't know how long they will last for. I don't know like how long they're good for. I don't know if they're liable to break down sooner than later. Oh, great. I was not supposed to make this turn over here. I have been completely off lately. I don't know what the I'm guessing it's because, you know, I'm on the chat, you know, streaming and stuff, but I gotta get back to work. I gotta concentrate on this, guys. My bad. Let's see if there's a shortcut in here. Let's see if it's gonna reroute itself. I could have sworn it told me to make a turn in here. Okay, it did reroute itself, and it is the same amount of time. Okay, we got 5 minutes left in this trip. And let's get ordered there on time, because I want to like make my account, like I want to start making it look good again and get it back on the up and up. I need to make money, especially if I want to rip packs every day. If I want to rip those $20 100 overall packs that are so damn addictive, I gotta fucking make some money. I've got the Pistons chosen. I don't think the Cavaliers are gonna win. I think they won like one game so far in the series, but I've got the Pistons. As much as I love Donovan Mitchell, I love Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell is a grade A stud. Donovan Mitchell is a great point guard or shooting guard. He is a stud. The only problem with Donovan Mitchell is that he's got James Harden playing by his side. And James Harden is a choke artist. When the big lights are on, when the pressure is on, expect James Harden to choke. Don't expect to see James Harden, the guy that scored 40 points for 2 months in a row. Expect to see hard times Harden. Because it is going to be a hard time for him to score the ball. And it's going to be a hard time for him to do anything besides choke. James Harden is a choke artist, and I'm tired of him, and I'm completely let down and disappointed with James Harden every single year in the playoffs. He has only had one good playoff run, and that was with the Houston Rockets. Any other time, he's been a huge disappointment and let down, and a huge choke artist. He has coined the phrase choke artist. When you look it up in the dictionary, there's a picture of James Harden next to it. Choke artist. You know how PG-13, we call him playoff P during the playoffs? James Harden is the complete opposite of that. He is hard times Harden. He will choke in the playoffs. So I have no faith in the Cavaliers with James Harden on the team. I think what the Cavaliers need to do is they need to get more draft picks. They need to stay young. They need to keep recruiting young talent and building off of young talent. Maybe pick up one other like superstar, you know, like veteran, and get LeBron James back on the team so LeBron can retire with his hometown the team that originally drafted him and retired the way he came into the league as a Cavalier, and do his farewell tour with the fucking team that is not only his hometown team, but the team that drafted him. So he needs to go back home. Yeah, when Lillard, oh my God, I was there. I was watching the game live when when it struck Dame time on that clock. And you knew what time it was. You knew it was Dame time. You knew it was clutch time. You knew it was Dame time right there. When Dame Lillard had that ball in his hand with the game closing down, he was on the left side of the court. And he had hit that big, deep three. Oh my God. You know, there was a point where this league had 3 amazing point guards. Dame Lillard, Kyrie Irving, and Steph Curry. At one point, all 3 of those guys were like on the same level. The only problem is that Steph Curry took it to a different level. You know, and he really like took it like to a different stratosphere. But at one point, the league had 3 amazing point guards in the league at once. Dame, Kyrie, and Steph. And boy, that was some showtime. That was box office basketball, watching any of those 3 players play. Even James Harden, you got to put James Harden in that category. But for some reason, the only one that like had a little bit of a longer career than the rest was just Steph Curry. He had a little bit more longevity. And the other 2, their careers kind of took a little bit of a decline. I'll be back. I'm back. We just got that order dropped off. I want to make sure it was on time. Okay. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. I just want to make sure this order was on time. I hate this app because sometimes it just freezes up. And like right now, if I was to have to like restart the app, I would have to restart my phone, which would lose me connection with the stream. Which would suck ass. But I'm actually gonna stop off at my house really quick while the app is frozen. And I'm gonna pick up some. I forgot my debit card at home, so I gotta go pick it up. But we're gonna drive to my neighborhood real quick, and I'm gonna go pick up my debit card and then hit the road again. Because for some reason, this app chose to freeze on me at this time. Yep, completely frozen. This app sucks so badly. Like, it's such a huge hassle to deal with it. Like, I don't even feel like dealing. Okay, I got it back on. Sweet. I don't have to go home right now. Yeah, that is true. That is true. You are right about that, Chosen. It is crazy that people do that shit like raids. I never like stream my like exact location. I always stream like the area that like is kind of near my neighborhood, but I've never streamed like, you know, the exact location that I live in or something. Which, let me tell you, if that ever happened to me, I would fucking sue any sort of department that fucking came and busted into my house just because of a fucking anonymous tip, like some garbage like that. That would be craziness. Yeah, but you're right. You gotta watch out for shit like that. But in my streams, I'm usually just streaming the area that I live in, and like all the homes here look the same, and I never show my home address or anything like that, or my house. But thanks for the advice, Chosen. I really do appreciate that. Good looking out. I'm glad somebody's got my back. Somebody's looking out for me out there. Yeah, a lot of crazy out there doing a lot of crazy things. It's so fucking weird how the world has gotten nowadays. Let me tell you, when I was a kid, if you would have told me the world was gonna get this weird, this crazy, I would have said, damn, that sounds like a bad sci-fi movie. But nowadays, unfortunately, it is the world we're living in. And it's like everything has gone haywire and everything's gone upside down. Okay, guys, I got the second part of this order. I'm gonna drop it off real quick. We're like 5 minutes away. Hey guys, thanks for getting me to 11 likes. I would really appreciate it if you guys can get me to like 15 likes. We're only 4 likes away. Let's try to get it to 15 likes. Would really appreciate that. I'm gonna be out here all night because I need to make money. I need money I need some bud money. I have no bud left. I am down to like a joint and a half for the rest of the night. And when I get home, I like to play a lot of video games. I like to have a joint or two for the night and play some video games all night and munch out. And I am running low and slacking on the bud. And that's because I've been spending so much money on the video game. I spent $220 just this weekend on the game. I should not have to spend $220 on a video game that I ever bought ever. Oh, that is nice of her, Chosen. I am not a big dab person. I do hit the pen sometimes. Like if somebody offers me a pen, I may hit it like, you know, lightly. But I'm not a big like concentrate person. I'm not big into oils. I'm definitely not big into dabs. I feel like that's just too powerful, too potent. I don't know. It keeps you too high for too long. And when I find myself hitting like a dab or doing like some sort of oils or like even edibles in high dosages, I find it keeps me high for too long, and it gets me like a little paranoid or a little bit nervous and worried, like, why am I still this high after like so many hours? You know, so I want to say the concentrates really do kind of get me a little too high. Like I'm not really big into dabs or the edibles or the oils. I'll do some edibles and some oils here and there because I can handle the edibles and the oils in low dosages or like, you know, like a light small hit. But like the dabs, oh my God, I'll be high. I remember one time, there was a few times where I was doing some dabs and I was kind of into it for a little bit. And I remember one time doing some dabs and going to sleep and the next day waking up still feeling groggy and high. Like I remember I hit the joint the next day and it was like a roach. And I was thinking like, oh my God, like why am I so high off of this roach? And my boy was like, "Oh, sometimes the dabs kind of linger till the next day." And I feel like the dabs are this the concentrates, especially the dabs, are so potent that like it puts too much like THC into your system at once. Like after like 3 to 4 hours, I can't even tell of being high off of dabs. I can't even tell if I'm like high or not high anymore. I'm like, when am I gonna come down from this? So it's always a bit much. Yeah, way too heavy for me. Like I could hit a pen sometimes, especially if it's like a pen that's a low dosage. I can hit a pen sometimes. I can eat like, maybe a few gummies, like one gummy, like you know, in a low dosage, like very low dose. But I can't. I'm not one of those people that can grab a bag of gummies and finish like the whole bag, and like it's an extremely high dosage of gummies. I'm not one of those persons that could eat like a whole chocolate bar made of THC or something, and or a whole like cookie. I would maybe eat like half and see how it hits me, and then eat the other half. But I'm more comfortable with edibles instead of dabs, and I'm definitely more comfortable with the edibles instead of dabs and oil. But I'm more comfortable with oils over dabs. Dabs are just way too potent, and they just hit you way too hard. They hit you like scary hard. But guys, I'm gonna just drop off this order. We're like 1 minute away from dropping off this order, and then I'll be back. I'll be back as quick as possible. Yeah, I prefer flour over everything. I always say flour is the best way to go and the safest way to go. This person said they're supposed to meet me out here because they have like a party going on in front of this house. I can't even get into the driveway. Yeah, I can't do pens or dabs either. Wait, they just hit me too hard. I could maybe hit a pen lightly, like for a few seconds. I'm not one of those people that can get the pen and hit it for like 20 seconds straight, and like they breathe out like a gust of smoke like they're a fire breathing dragon. And no, that's not me. I can't do that anymore. And maybe the most I can do is just okay, I'll be back. They say they want to meet me now. I just gotta drop off this food. And And it says there's only a 1 to 2 minute wait in this area. Let me check if that last order was on time. That last order was on time. Yep, that last order was also on time. Back up, and hopefully this is gonna get me more trips. But for now, I'm gonna eat this sandwich that these people brought me, and I'm really grateful because I was kind of starving, and delivering food makes you really hungry. And that I just took 2 orders after I those bags of Five Guys food. Like I was like, man, I need to get something to eat. But this lady came out and offered me a sandwich, so I was like, I'll take it. So I'm just gonna eat the sandwich real quick. I got the super munchies. I've been smoking all day. I can't say I've been working all day because it hasn't been too busy. So let's hope it gets busier out here. It is nighttime. Sometimes during the day with Floridians, and since it stays daytime until like 8:30, like it just became nighttime, people tend to stay out there longer doing more stuff, you know, being more active outdoors. And they don't tend to come, you know, go back home until nighttime. And then when they go back home, that's when, you know, DoorDash gets a little bit busier, Uber Eats, stuff like that. But during the day, most people are out and about doing something over here, especially like if it's a really nice sunny day. So I think maybe that's why it was a little bit dead during the day. I'm hoping it picks up now. But guys, thanks for getting me to 12 likes. If we can get it to 15, I'd really appreciate it. I'm just gonna eat this delicious sandwich that this lady bought me and finish it up real quick. But so far, we've been out here for 2 hours, and this has got to be the slowest day I've ever seen out here. I've never had a day this slow out here. And it's really concerning. I'm just hoping that it gets busier at night. And hopefully at night there's less people out here with me, so I'll get all the orders. You know, hopefully there'll be a huge demand and then not enough drivers, and I'll get most of the orders. But it is slow, and it's got to be due to my ratings dropping. It's got to be. I've never seen it this slow ever out here. I know there's no way it can be this slow out here. I'm just positive it's because of my rating going down. Rhino says SGA MVP back. Oh man, let me tell you, SGA is making this whole playoff run look so easy. He took down King James like he was the court jester instead of being King James. He made it look like easy work. Like he wasn't even trying and shit against King James. And I think Oklahoma City, the only real challenge they're gonna have this year, the only thing that's standing in SGA's way of winning a second championship, of being a back-to-back champion, and being like a mini baby Kobe, is Wembanyama and the Spurs. That's the only thing standing in his way. But the real finals this year is the Western Conference Finals, when the Spurs and the Thunder meet up. That's going to be the real finals. That's the only person and the only team that can beat him and stand in their way. Now, I actually want to take that back, because remember, the Thunder they do have a person that can match up with Wemby. They do have a very, very good center that's almost on the same level as Wemby. And that is Chet. I think Chet has grown a lot as a player. He has grown a lot mentally, physically. He just looks mentally stronger and physically stronger out there this year. He looks and acts more aggressive. He looks to take it to the hole, and he doesn't shy away from the contact anymore the way he used to when he was skinnier and more fragile. Also, Chet has become a great catch and shoot player. He plays off of SGA excellently. He's very patient. He waits at the three-point line. He's standing around when he could be in the paint battling it out for points and for touches. But he just stands there at the three-point line waiting for his catches. And he knows SGA is going to deliver and give it to him, and he's going to get his points eventually. So what does he do? He just sits out there and catches and shoots and makes buckets. And he's shooting a really high three-point percentage this year. I'm more impressed with Chet this year than I was the previous year. And this year, I find myself just as impressed with Chet, almost as much as I am with Wemby. So, he really did grow leaps and bounds mentally, physically. He's just an all-around better player. And his jump shot is, I think he's even shooting better than Wembanyama from three-point land this year. So, he can do it all to me, Cheddar. He can do he can catch and shoot and play off of SGA, or he can go into the paint and bump and grind and fight for some low post paint points. So I think Cheddar has been great. It is. That's going to be the whole matchup. Cheddar versus Wemby. They're going to advertise it like that too. They're going to push it like that. Not only is it going to be a great series, it's going to be one fucking great matchup. I haven't seen a matchup like that since the Hakeem Olajuwon and Shaquille O'Neal days. Since Hakeem and David Robinson, or Hakeem and Patrick Ewing, or Patrick Ewing and Shaq, or Shaq and David Robinson. Just since, there hasn't been a big man series like this since those days. And I'm really glad to finally see two big men that are going to have to battle it out for points. Whether they're trying to take it to the hoop, or they're trying to make threes, or whether they're trying to battle it out for low post paint points. These guys can do it all, and I can't wait to see who's going to outdo who. Is Cheddar going to outdo Wemby, or is Wemby going to outdo Chet? Let's see, guys, because it's going to be one heck of a battle, because these guys could do everything. From taking it to the rim, shooting the threes, and the low post. They can do it all, and it's going to be a big battle. And SGA, all he's got to do is get that ball to Cheddar. That's all he's got to do, is get the ball to Chet for this series. Give some time to Chet to shine. Give some time to Chet to be responsible and be the main person that got them and led them through a series. And let SGA save himself for the finals. Let Chet do the heavy work right now against Wemby, and then save SGA, let him, rest and save himself for the finals. That should be the whole plan of the Oklahoma City Thunder. That should be their game plan. I agree with you with that. Wemby is a player that can handle the ball. As soon as you pass half court, you can give the ball to Wemby. He can handle it and take it into the paint. But I feel like Chet You can also give him the ball at the top of the three-point key, and he could make something happen for himself. He could take it to the hoop. Not as good as Wemby. The difference between Chet and Wemby is that Chet is a lot stiffer of a player. Chet doesn't dribble the ball as good. His movement isn't as fluid. He can't do a step back. He can't run into the lane as good as Wemby does. He can't get into the paint and to the rim as good as Wemby does. He doesn't finish difficult layups like Wemby does, or finish difficult dunks. Wemby will be in the middle of a game and he'll do a windmill fucking dunk like he's in a slam dunk competition. Chet can't get to the rim like that. Chet can't dribble and get himself open going to the rim like that. But he does shoot better three-pointer. He does have a better three-point percentage. And he is effective with the ball in his hand dribbling to the rim. It's just he's not as good as Wemby. But he's almost there. He's getting there. My dude, that grind for MJ is crazy. I couldn't do the grind for MJ. It would take me 2 weeks to get to level 40, or at least a whole week. I decided to pay for the Hall of Fame pass and the level skips. Even with the half pass, it still takes a while. You still have to grind out, 30 levels. So it is a lot to grind to level 40. I always tell people that every season, it's a lot to grind to level 40. And then by the time you get there, if you're somebody that takes 2 to 3 weeks to get to level 40, by the time you get there, maybe the card is a little bit outdated, or it's not the new hotness. It's not the shiny new toy. And maybe it feels a little outdated or something, or maybe the hype behind it is gone for sure. But to me, I like to get the level 40 card day one, the minute it comes out. So this way I can have the advantage over people when I'm playing Showdown. This way I could have the most amount of time with that card that I really like and get to enjoy it for, the most amount of time before it becomes outdated or something like that, or before you get tired of it or something. But there's no reason why the MJ card should ever be outdated. It's probably going to be one of the best point guards and shooting guards till the end of this game, till the end of the cycle of this game. Yes, we got another order. We got another order, guys. And today, guys, we are not out here trying to make money to rip packs. We are out here to try to make Bud money. I need money for Bud. That's what I need money for. I'm out of Bud. And I'm running extremely low on Bud. And I've already hit 16 million MT. And there's no reason for me to continue repping packs in hopes of getting something. That excitement is gone. I can just go buy whatever I want from the auction house. And to continue ripping packs to farm more MT would be ridiculous, because what am I going to reach? What's going to be my new goal? Oh, let me see if I can reach 20 million MT. There's no reason to reach 20 million MT. You don't need that much MT at the end of the season. The only thing you can use that much MT for is when they first drop Goat Wemby and Goat Yao. They're going to be like 20 million MT. But trust me when I say that eventually Goat Wemby and even Goat Yao come down in price to like 2 to 3 million MT. And you really don't need, I would say more than 12 to, you could even maybe get by with 10 million MT. But you need between 10 and 15 million MT for endgame to really enjoy the end of the game. To really get the elite cards like your Invincibles, and to get your really elite GOAT cards, like like LeBron and stuff like that. So, and it's shitty. On Thursday, last Thursday, I saw King James sell for 3.8 million. and now he's back up to 5. And I wish I would have got him on Thursday. I should have started my spending on Thursday, but I wanted to reach, my goal was to reach 15.5 million MT before I started spending. And the problem with that is that as I was farming MT, everybody else was farming MT, and that made the price of all of the cards in the auction house, the GOATs and the Invincibles across the board, go up. So I'm going to have to wait until Braun goes back down to like 3.8, 3.5 so I can get him. And I'm not sure if I'm too interested in Larry Bird. I would rather save my MT for other players. All right, guys, I'll be back in a second. I just got to pick up this order. Keep your eye out for any carjackers. Yeah, I don't mind the grind. It's just that I hate having a grind to something that I'm anticipating, like a GOAT Michael Jordan, and then having to wait 2 weeks to get it, and then not losing that time player with that card. And I want the most time possible with that card before 2K27 starts up. I want to play with Michael Jordan for the next 3 to 4 months, for the next 3 seasons, and not lose a minute with him. All right, I'll be back. Hold on, guys. What the heck is this? Oh my gosh, guys. I completely went to the wrong place. Like, this order, they must have changed the order on me or something, because at first it said Wendy's and now it is mentioning something else. So like, that's what I mean about this job and this app at times. Sometimes it's so fucking wonky and they just do whatever the fuck they want. Like, I don't even know where this place is now. Let me see if I can put it in my GPS really quick. 1 second, guys. Oh, it's because this place is in the area. They must have changed up the order. Okay, they must have gave me like a different order. They must have replaced the Wendy's order. I hate when they do shit like that because it really doesn't give you a heads up warning like, hey, we changed the order. Okay, it says it's over here, but I don't see it anywhere. Okay, guys, I'll be back in 1 second. I gotta find this place. It says the order is right around here. Okay, let me try to find this real quick. I'll be back.